friends! So I wanted to make a short video for everyone about my experience receiving my master's in public health. I know I haven't really talked much about that experience because a lot of my posts and a lot of my stories have been dedicated to medical school and my journey studying for USMLE Step 1, as you can see right here. But I really did want to take out a little bit of time and make a short video about my experience with Walden University, and it was definitely 100% online, which is the non-traditional route. And so I actually wanted to mention that I didn't really choose a master's in public health. I just feel like the degree kind of chose me. When I started with Walden back in 2016, I was about to start my medical school curriculum, and I had just moved out of New York and just a lot going on. And so I wasn't really sure if it was the right fit for me, and I am so thankful. I'm so thankful actually to have chosen that path, because I just learned so much. And now that I know everyone actually knows by now, I love the field of women's health and obstetrics and gynecology, and that's the field I'm hoping and praying that I would get into. There's through this master's experience, I realized that there's just so much public health in that field, and there's so much that we can do. And so I really do hope that I can work with both degrees together moving forward in my career. The curriculum at Walden was an amazing curriculum, I'm not going to lie. We took a lot of classes. You have to fulfill a total of 64 credits. Some of the classes you take are public health policy, epidemiology, public health of the environment, global perspectives on health, applied research. Every class focuses on a different path in public health, and so you kind of just get a glimpse of everything in public health through the curriculum. Another non-traditional path for me was actually that I did not finish the degree in 2 years. I finished it in a little over 3 years, and that's because I chose to take a class every term, or a class or two, because I was in medical school. So I really had to juggle two different curriculums and from 2 different schools. So this was not a dual program at all. And so the best thing about it was that I was able to make it work because I was online. And fun fact, I did Walden on the Caribbean island of Curacao, and in Chicago, and in New York, and in Egypt. So I traveled to 4 different places while doing Walden. And all these places I was actually studying for med school and doing a lot of online classwork and such. That's a fun fact. And I just graduated this past July, and I got my degree, and it's finally framed. Here you go. The last part of the curriculum is that you take part in the practicum experience, which is an off-field experience. And it's actually 2 parts: the field experience in public health and field experience in an applied project. And so I have 2 online courses that I'm doing as I'm working in my practicum, and that's something I completed late last winter. And I do want to take a few minutes to shout out World Care Center, because that's where I did my practicum. It is a nonprofit organization that's all about helping the underserved communities, those at risk, those that are suffering, and targeting the communities that are mainly attacked by natural disasters. And the founder of that organization is actually Lisa Orloff. She was my boss, she was my administrator, she was wonderful. The whole team was just amazing and made me feel like I want to be there. And I just that was the best experience in my entire curriculum with Walden, which was to have the opportunity to work with a nonprofit and just be on a part of that. And I do want to mention that one of the most amazing projects I've done with World Care Center was to create an opioid awareness, and that was just amazing, because a lot of the stuff that World Care Center does is online training, which is a virtual training for disasters. They have and they're all free. You can sign up on their website, worldcares.org. And one of the trainings that I actually created was for opioid awareness, and it was just so great because it tied in so well with medicine. And at that point, which was late last year in the winter in 2019, I had just finished the basic sciences and starting to prepare for my USMLE Step 1. And so to like wrap my knowledge in medicine with everything I know about public health that I've learned over the past couple of years, and to see that all come out in an online training as part of a nonprofit organization was just like it was amazing. And so I'm really grateful for that. And I would encourage that you guys check out their website. It's worldcares.org, and they do a lot of great work. And one of the fun and most exciting things that they do every year, and they actually made it work virtually this year, is a fundraiser called the Iron Skillet Cook-Off, where they get a couple of chefs that compete against each other with they're chefs and firefighters, and they're competing against each other by cooking a beautiful meal. And you have a table of judges and people donating for the organization, a lot of good food, a lot of nice music, and it's just a wonderful fundraiser. And I would encourage you to look that up, the Iron Skillet Cook-Off too. It was an amazing opportunity for me to be a part of, to volunteer in, and to just end my MPH journey with that was just, it was just a great experience. So I wanted to briefly mention that moving forward in my career, I have not exactly figured out how I want to incorporate public health with women's health and all of that, because I know there's a lot of research out there. There's a lot of things that I want to incorporate with public health, because you're looking, again, with public health, you're looking at the population and not the patient as an individual. And so I want to try and still spend more time doing that research and seeing what's out there in relation to like maternal mortality rates, and what the public health sector is doing about that, what is the medical field doing about that. And I just want to see how I can take a different kind of approach, or start something that's just not out there. And my biggest goal is really to just give back to my small community here in Bay Ridge, and to do something of that sort, and also to support my community in Alexandria, Egypt in some way through women's health and public health. I will definitely make a video just dedicated for basically whatever it is that I plan on doing exactly. I am still studying for my USMLE Step 1. It's been a really long journey. It's really been a roller coaster with me, and my family directly has been impacted by COVID. And you guys, whoever has been reading my posts and keeping up with me, know that I'm battling anxiety and PCOS and depression and losing weight and just doing so much. And so yeah, it's been a year of me studying for this exam, which is normal for a Caribbean medical student, but like my circumstances have really pushed me back. And unfortunately, like I did spend the entire year in quarantine doing that kind of studying, which was a lot, but I'm a firm believer that there's good that's going to come out of this, and I just got to be patient. And best believe that I will be making a video on my experience studying for step 1, because this one is going to be unlike any other video a lot of you may have seen or came across, any of my med student friends, acquaintances, whatever, because this is not a 6-week dedicated period. It's more of a year plus. And so that's that. If you guys have any questions about Walden and my experience with them online or anything of that sort, please feel free to message me or comment below, whatever you would like to do. And I'm really an open book. I want to end this with congratulations to the Walden class of 2021. I know this year has been really rough for a lot of you, and unfortunately you won't be getting the ceremony where you walk on stage, and it will be virtual, but the differences that you will all be making using that degree moving forward is going to be a lot more like wonderful compared to that experience of not being able to attend the graduation. So on that note, hit me up if you guys would like any advice on anything, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video.